Hello, and Thursday it is. Let's start with Arabianomics.com. Turkey pens bombshell op-ed in NYT. Prince Turkey. Yes, I did come across him once, 29 years ago, and he behaved like an absolute animal. But since, he has been a very important person. His Royal Highness Prince Turki Al Faisal of Saudi Arabia penned a bombshell op-ed in the New York Times today, lashing out at the United States over its intention to stop Palestine's bid for statehood at the United Nations. This is very important stuff. While the title of Veto a State, Lose an Ally, Prince Turki directly confronts the United States over its opposition to Palestinian statehood through the UN. Most everyone's going to vote for Palestinian statehood, and the Americans are going to veto it. This is a grave error. The United States must support the Palestinian bid for statehood at the United Nations this month, or risk losing the little credibility it has in the Arab world. If it does not, American influence will decline further. Israeli security will be undermined and Iran will be empowered. That's what's really annoying them. Increasing the chances of another war in the region, and he's not kidding. Moreover, Saudi Arabia would no longer be able to cooperate with America in the same way it has historically. And it's only just cooperated historically. If it stops cooperating at all, it's a game changer. And the United States will veto Palestinian statehood. That's it. I could stop there, but I won't. Let's do some more stuff. What a difference. The richest 1% of people in the world receive nearly 14% of global income, while the poorest 20% receive just over 1%. This is IMF doc. And obviously they've chosen the wildest, most the data that makes it look the worst. So 1% get 14% of what are they on this time income, and the bottom 20% get a mere 1.27. It makes it look bad, but it is bad. If we were ever going to try and move to a world where that big man shrank down a bit and the little people went up a bit, because we're not seemingly moving in that direction. The little people are moving up a little bit, and they're thankful for it, but the big guy is getting even bigger. Over in the United States, a big microcosm of that macrocosm. From the census data, you've got your percentiles, so everybody is divided up into 10 lots. The bottom 10th. Down at the bottom, 1967 to up till the present census, our household income's gone from 9,300 to 11,900. 1967, nearly nothing. Even the median, 40,800 up to 49,400. Nothing. The red one is when they say 90th, is that the top one? Yeah, because they wouldn't have the 100th one, would they? No. Going from 85 to a much bigger number. The big people are getting bigger and the small people are suffering throughout the world. Can it go on like that? It is certainly programmed to go on like that. And another little microcosm within that is the participation rate change working in the United States. Up above the zero line, in other words, getting more employment from 0 to up till the present day, are two categories. And if we look down below, we can see there the green and the grey. The light green is 55 and older, and the grey is the 65 and older. They are getting or staying with more employment. Losing employment are the 25 to 54-year-olds in red, even younger than that in blue, and the very young ones are basically completely squeezed out of doing any work. Even the sad thing is now, what could we call them? Middle-aged people are competing with teenagers to flip hamburgers. And surely this is not right. There is something dreadfully wrong. This is Mark Thomer. The poverty report shows doubling up is on the rise. The latest poverty report from the census is out today. The bottom line is that poverty rate increased to 5.1% in 2010, the highest level since 1993. That is a sign that our social insurance programs, particularly our automatic stabilizers, could be improved. That means the handouts from the government can be handed out in bigger quantities, should be handed out in bigger quantities, according to Mark Thomer. But I want to focus on a different aspect of the report highlighted in the census blog: the number of households that have doubled up, household doubling up. In coping with economic challenges over the past few years, many of us have combined households with other family members or individuals. These doubled up houses are defined as those that include at least one additional adult. In other words, a person 18 or older who is not enrolled in school and is not the householder, spouse, or cohabiting partner of the householder. It's just another thing. Just an exhibition of showing that things are not getting better in the richest country in the world for the majority of the population of that country. So something. It's not going up. It's flat or slightly tipped down, and has been for a long time. Things are not getting better. Geithner to urge bigger EFSF rapid action source. So your boy comes over to Europe to tell them what to do. They do need telling what to do, but is Timmy Geithner the man to do it? Treasury Secretary Turbo Timmy Geithner is likely to urge Eurozone finance ministers on Friday to speed up ratification of changes to their bailout fund and consider boosting its size, an EU source said on Tuesday. Same thing, make it a bigger TARP and bigger bailouts. Find more credit from somewhere and throw it at it. The Guardian, Co-UK, financial markets tumble after Fitch downgrades Greece's credit rating. Note the date, December 2009, December 2009, just before 2010. From the article, dated December 2009, the Fitch rating agency cut Greece's long-term debt to BBB+ from A-. It marked the first time in 10 years that a country has seen its rating pushed below A grade. Okay, just repeat that. It marked the first time in 10 years that a country has had its rating pushed below A grade. So we move on to, this is from a Bank of England paper about the Basel II Accords, to say how the banks should run themselves in a safe and responsible fashion. The yellows that I've highlighted there, this is for holding capital just in case things go wrong, and we know what capital is now. Sovereigns, AAA to AA minus 0, they have to hold zip, nothing. And because of that, they loved that idea, and so did the governments. So they got loaded aboard with lots and lots of sovereign debt, because they didn't have to have the capital to back it up, so they could buy unlimited quantities of it. In the case of Greece, which was always a bit dodgy, everyone knew it, but it still fell into the category of only having to hold 20% for the sovereign bonds of Greece. As opposed to down below, if you're a corporate, a major corporation, the AAA to AA minus was 20%, the same as Greece for Johnson & Johnson, Nestle. But if you were a corporate with the same rating as Greece, it's 50%. So what did you do? You held lots of Greece, because that's what Baal said you could hold safely and cheaply. Regulations. You've got to get them right, because when they go wrong, because the banks, of course, pushed everything to the edge of the regulations. Anyway, what we've got now is a chart like this for the Eurozone. I'm just showing this for the bifurcation of it. Most all, Germany, Netherlands, France, Finland, etc., Austria, have gone down. They're safer. Everyone's fearful now. They're safe, so they go down. Belgium's the purple one that they're not really sure about, and Italy and Spain have gone flying off. In other words, the market now doesn't take any notice of the regulations. They're doing their own working out what the risks are, which surely is the best way to do it. Not just go up to a regulatory buffer, but actually make them work their brains and work out what the risks are. And now they're doing it. And Italy and Spain are going north with their interest rates on their bonds. And as we know, the ECB is having to buy them or try and sell them off around the world to South America or Asia, or anybody hawking them around the world to find anybody that will help them buy them. Bloomberg, Greece should default big to address the debt, says Blaise. Greece should default on its bonds to stop a deterioration of the economy, says Mario Blaise, a former Bank of England advisor who took the reins of Argentina's central bank after its 2001 default on $95 billion worth of bonds. Greek should default, and default big, Blaise, who was an advisor to the Bank of England Governor Mervyn King, said in an interview in Buenos Aires, "You can't jump over a chasm in 2 steps." Big bang. Have they got the brain power to sort it out? Me thinks not. See you tomorrow. Bye.